After Delhi talks, Kuki leaders reiterate their demand for a separate administration, declaring an end to any form of association with Meitei community. Residents of Sagolban Mainolairag stage protest made following a firing incident targeting a children home in the locality. Social activist Sakir Ahmad from Wabagai constituency says he will file a petition in the Supreme Court challenging the Waqf Amendment Act 2025. Union Minister Dr. Aditya Scindia says newly passed Waqf Amendment Act will prevent misuse of Waqf properties and ensure they are used for development and public welfare. Villagers of Sunusify in Bishnupur district strive for economic growth, but the nearly 2-year-long crisis in Manipur continues to burden them. Villagers urge government for help. 18th Mummy Numid marking the birth of Manipuri cinema and 4th Foundation Day of SN Chan Cine Archive and Museum celebrated today. 16th Manipur State Film Awards 2023 officially declared. And India deploys advanced Russian-built S-400 Tram air defense system in Siliguri corridor amid rising Chinese and Bangladeshi aerial activity near the region. Hello and welcome to Impact News. You're watching Primetime English Bulletin. I'm JOYSHREE bringing you the top stories and latest news at this hour. Kuki CSOs have reiterated their demand for a separate administration, declaring an end to any form of association with the Meitei community. This stand was formalized through 2 key resolutions jointly adopted by Kuki civil society organizations, MLAs, United People's Front UPF, Kuki National Organization KNO and Kuki Zoo Council KZC. The resolutions were announced today during a reception event organized by Committee on Tribal Unity Code 2 at KBC Hall held to welcome the Kuki Zoo Council delegates returning from their recent round of talks in New Delhi convened by the Ministry of Home Affairs. The first resolution declared that all future dialogues concerning the Kuki Zoo community will only be held with the MHA, completely excluding the Manipur state government. The second called for united action by all Kuki Zoo stakeholders, including CSOs, political representatives and armed groups towards the realization of a separate administration. Leaders of several chief associations, civil groups and community elders attended the gathering, which concluded with a firm message of solidarity and commitment to political autonomy for the Kuki Zoo people. Lok Sabha MP Dr. Angomta Bimola Kwejam asserts that a political party can only achieve success when it puts citizens first and works in the interest of the people, not the other way around. He cited the Manipur government as an example of failure, stating it did not prioritize the people. MP Bimol made the remarks today during the closing event of the 2-day National Convention of Indian National Congress held in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. In his address, Bimol expressed disappointment over the prolonged conflict in Manipur, which remains unresolved despite the BJP's double-engine government at both the state and the centre, as well as the presence of the constitution. He criticized Prime Minister Narendra Modi for travelling around the globe instead of visiting strife-torn Manipur to assess the situation firsthand. Prominent Congress leaders, including the party's national president and leaders of Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee, attended the national convention.
The people and the nation is far more important than us. We will be losing and this country will also lose. And the tragedy of Manipur is a clear signal of that kind of an orientation where you don't care for what is diversity, what is this nation, what is this governance. Please remember that they are trying to present as if all the crisis, all the death is because of two communities problem. Fact is the constitution bhi tha, double engine government tha, uske bawajood all of them have been died. Hundreds people died, thousands have homeless, and that blood, these hands who are running this government are stained with the blood of those people in Manipur. Lest we forget that, we will lose the battle.
CPI leader and former minister Dr. Marangtem Nara calls for collective efforts to resolve the Manipur crisis. Speaking on the sidelines of the birth centenary celebration of CPI leader Ngangom Mohendra at Manipur Press Club today, he welcomes the centre's initiative to hold talks between Meitei and Kuki CSOs with an aim to restore peace in the state. He underlined that the role of Government of India is to make the peace talks a success and urged support for the peace process. Remembering late Ngangom Mohendra, Dr. Nara described him as a fearless revolutionary and stressed the need to reflect on his ideals. Filmmaker Aribam Shyam Sarma and others paid floral tribute to the poetry of Mohendra at the event.
Lamjing binaba leitraba maikai khangdana praja si mana thok puchanaba amambada di akhoi masen si thengnaba da yengnaba ni khanna hatoknaraba madugi samaj magi tangkaga sida comrade Ngangom Mohendra gi sacrifices maki involvement maki wakalon janeta gi tung indana jail da sahi kaya leigiba mishak amagi mapok numit neinaba se it becomes a necessity maramaduna kon celebration committee ma semjaraga sahi cham surupagi loina na mang yoriba dol asigi su sahi cham subagi palon si Bharat Sinvatuna Chathariba Pere Asida, a coincidence labani, Hanagi Leriba Samazgi, Ariba Shaktamasidi, Ontokana Mina Mibu Ottawa, Manava Kunai Wakalona say, Nahona Mangji Havagi, campaign of Galoin and a celebration, Jabani.
RPIA National President and Union Minister Ramdas Atawale has appointed Maheshwar Thaunarjam as Manipur State President of the party. The appointment made during a meeting in Delhi aims to strengthen the party's presence in the state. RPIA National President Union Minister Ramdas Atawale lauded Maheshwar's dedication and efforts in bridging the gap between Manipur and Delhi by voicing the grievances of the people.
दिल्ली में हमेशा मेरे संपर्क में रहते हैं, वहाँ के लोगों के काम भी मेरे पास लाते रहते हैं, और इसीलिए मतलब उनको नेशनल गवर्नमेंट पर जो हमने लिया है वो तो नेशनल सिविल है ही है, लेकिन मणिपुर को भी एक अच्छा मनुष्य बनाने के लिए मणिपुर के पहले रिपन पार्टियों के आदेश थे ही थे, लेकिन 20 में उनको नेशनल कमेटी पर लिया था, लेकिन अभी दोबारा मैंने निर्णय लिया है मणिपुर में रिपब्लिकन पार्टी ऑफ इंडिया को मजबूत अगर करना है तो महेश को ही वहाँ का अध्यक्ष रखने की आवश्यकता है, इसीलिए उनको मणिपुर स्टेट के अध्यक्ष पद पर मैं उनसे विजिट कर रहा हूँ, और वो मणिपुर के अध्यक्ष के नाते वे बहुत अच्छा काम करते रहेंगे ऐसा मुझे विश्वास है, और इसीलिए मणिपुर का अध्यक्ष पद उनको हमने दे दिया है।
Residents of Sagolban Mainolairak staged a protest today following a shocking firing incident targeting a children's home in the locality. The sit-in demonstration was held at Nupi Yaifa Marup, Sagolban Mainolairak Manung Shanglen. Unidentified miscreants reportedly opened fire towards the children's home in the early hours, triggering fear and tension among the children and locals. The home, run by United Social Development Association, houses orphans, destitute and displaced children, especially in the wake of the ongoing unrest in Manipur. The protest saw participation from Apunba Maira Paibi Sagolban Mainolairak, Nupi Yaifa Marup Sagolban and Maira Paibi Sagolban Mainolairak, who strongly condemned the violent act. Maira Paibi Sagolban Mainolairak General Secretary Ketrimayum Anita condemned the attempt to instill panic in a place meant for vulnerable children and demanded a clear explanation from those responsible. She warned that the locals will intensify their agitation if no clarification is made. Meanwhile, Khaidem Ongbi Romita, who runs the children's home, expressed deep disappointment over the incident. She called for peace and dialogue to resolve any misunderstandings and appealed to stop such threats immediately.
mayum makai may thadok pidana la apa aduga mama pa lejadaba agang singse masina lejariba aikoi home masida aikoi gi masak khangdaba mayam masina makoina changsallaga sumaina nongmai ka pa haibase yum amuk hana su tawbiganu aduga karamba kari gi damakta tawribano haibado madu masu ngasima hayeng mak asigi manung chida chengdopigadabani madu na tabataragadi aikoi so tongan ba khongjang mayam ma changsallakani yumlak tani leiriba home se hariba home sida adokki matik aikoi gi tola taraba angang singna leibam famsida sumaina tawbi haibase aikoi lekai na suya jade home sida leiriba si home asi aikoi gi lekai da lebinina aikoi gi yumgumani kanano masak khangdaba nala aga nongmai kapsin ba haibase yamna thoning daba thogdogni matungda mohana thohan biganu karigumba pendaba leiraga su wari sanasi akoi masida mai leigadaba natte pendaba leiraga su haibirau akoi de site gi su welcome tawjagani aduna mamampa leijadraba angang sing sida nongmai kapsin dana tawbiribase yamna penjade amona mase thohan biganu matungda.
A combined security team recovered a huge cache of weapons during search operations at Yaralpat foothills under Porampat police station in Imphal East district today. Acting on a special input, a combined team of Special Commando Unit and 8 IRB Commando Khabaishoy carried out the operation around 8 a.m. The recovered items include 1 303 rifle, 16 303 rifle live round, 2 Lethod 4mm gun, 7.62 mm live round, 11 7.62 by 39 mm live rounds, 5 9 mm live rounds, 6.38 live rounds, 13 303 empty cases, 1 303 charger, 1 303 rifle magazine, 1 small carbine handmade magazine, 1 9 mm pistol, 1 9 mm handmade pistol magazine, 2 old detonator, 2 new detonator, 3 80 grenade detonator, 2 36 hand grenade, 1 lettered 40 mm, 2 illumination rounds and 28 detonator covers. The recovered items have been handed over to Porampat police station for further legal action. Social activist Sakir Ahmad from Wabagai constituency announces that he will file a petition in the Supreme Court challenging the Waqf Amendment Act 2025. Speaking to media at his residence in Segmaijin, Kakching district today, Sakir stated that the act violates the right to religious freedom enshrined under the fundamental rights of the Indian Constitution. He expressed concerns that the new law unfairly targets the Muslim community in India and undermines the core religious and charitable purposes of the Waqf properties. These properties include masjids, madrasas, qabristans and orphan homes, all central to Islamic social and spiritual life. Sakir pointed out that various religious communities across the country have their own boards or organizations managing their religious properties. These are used strictly for religious and community welfare. However, he alleged that the BJP-led central government is attempting to interfere with Muslim religious institutions by allowing members from other religious groups to be in the Waqf board to gain control over Waqf properties through the new law. He claimed that the move is part of a larger agenda by the Narendra Modi-led government to weaken Muslim institutions and alter the purpose of Waqf properties.
The Waqf Board Amendment Bill has become an act. Now we don't have another option. We have to knock the door of Supreme Court. So I'm going to challenge the act in the Supreme Court. You know that this act is totally unconstitutional and our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji trying to exploit our freedom, equality and our right. So we will knock the door of Supreme Court. We will fight for the justice. If we don't fight today, tomorrow they will exploit your right, equality and everything. Let's hope for the best.
Union Minister Dr. Aditya Scindia on Tuesday stated that the newly passed Waqf Amendment Act will prevent misuse of Waqf properties and ensure they are used for the development and welfare of the people. The act, which received presidential assent on Saturday, aims to streamline Waqf property management, enhance transparency and promote social welfare while safeguarding heritage sites. Scindia criticized the opposition, accusing them of attempting to monopolize and misuse Waqf board affairs. He asserted that Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the BJP government have exposed such intentions. He added that the new law reflects the collective ideology of the Indian society, including the Muslim community, to use Waqf land for public benefit. The Waqf Amendment Bill was passed by both the Houses of Parliament last week following intense debates. It introduces measures to improve coordination between Waqf boards and local authorities and protect stakeholders' rights. Villagers of Sunusify in Bishnupur district are striving for economic growth, but the nearly 2-year-long crisis in Manipur continues to burden them. Despite their efforts, livelihoods remain affected with limited access to markets and resources. A special report from Impact News Bishnupur correspondent Dr. Huidrom Roman.
Farmers of Sunusify village, Bishnupur district, known for their hard work and rich produce like watermelon, cucumber, red gourd, and potatoes, are facing mounting challenges post-COVID and during the ongoing Manipur crisis. Villager Oinam Ibotombi shared that earlier farming in water-accessible areas provided enough income to support families and children's education. However, erratic rainfall, water scarcity, and lack of buyers for the produce have deepened their hardships, leaving many uncertain about the future.
Local mamang di ising tharam ni loi nuai hre asina cover tok da jaga koi gi pipe na pukhalaga chu yam lap jaga si da yam khudong thini ai oi hai ke ne la na mathak ta ma lai sima pass tor ga di okay loi pharani punamaki adu masi tawdingai manung ji da thamal logi kom sina he ne expand tok thok lu dhara ising volume je wanga ga amo hena lomi sing da kol koi ba lo sing punam phagani na asa ta wi ko sing lai traga di punamak se asa de ning ba je kai ga do ni sa lai ta ma su tok po ya ba biom na ka durin ne
yamna awaba mayongnari singi mayongnaba khudongchadaba sallo thadobagi manggibagi khudongchadaba aduga nong tadabana marmorkana pot singsigi magun se leina growth se leina pot se haurganda lawmi singi hek yengse yamna nungaina pung leitana thabak subagi nungai badudi anak sahi singati phangdre haina asma thamjage.
In a bid to uplift local farmers, Sunusify village recently hosted the state's first ever Iruhai Watermelon Festival, organized by the newly formed Farmers Association. The village, known for its hard work and innovation, has emerged as a leader in organic farming in the district by adopting livestock rearing and converting cow manure into natural fertilizers. Laishram Shyamkumar, a key figure in the farming community, highlighted how the ongoing unrest has devastated the villagers' livelihoods. He alleged that Kuki militants have repeatedly targeted the village livestock, with many cattle missing after grazing near nearby Kuki settlements. He expressed disappointment that despite the presence of central forces, no action has been taken. Shyamkumar appealed to the central government to find a lasting solution to the ongoing conflict and to restore peace and harmonious coexistence between hills and valley community.
Irang asina marmorkanda yamna hena kudong chadaba relief camp da leibasing thabak suri bai khoida thabak subam leraktabagi karigi asi ekhoin mapan thongda khangdabagi wani manungdadi masa masu thangna phonaba laila chugi tamnabagi madugi honaba matamda thabak subam nongom leraktabagi lo lo na kappa isalisi imaitul mayam ama leibani maram sing asidagi ekhoi phongna yama man kappa yadabagi wani thamoidadi loina kappani aduna pali sarkar sina jaga mena hariba irang ase yam thun loisalaga singmi tami amatoina leminarga hanagum sena khaina chamin thamina dana koi china obagi mawng atu tawragadi koi lawmi miyam gi khwaidagi nungai pa leipa asi miyam khwaidagi nungai oigani ana thamjage.
Laborers working in private quarries at Lerongtel appealed to the authorities to lift the ongoing ban on quarrying activities. Speaking to media at Lerongtel Mamangleka yesterday, the workers expressed that the ban has severely affected their livelihoods. They claimed the quarrying is carried out within private enclosures without harming the Thobal River or the environment. Workers from Malom, Jaliyanbi and Lerongtel Pitra urged the government to allow quarrying activities to resume, highlighting their dependence on the activity for income. The 18th Mummy Numit, making the birth of Manipuri cinema, and the 4th foundation day of SN Chan Cine Archive and Museum were celebrated today at Manipur State Film Development Society Palace Compound. The event was jointly organized by MSFDS and Film Forum Manipur. The event was graced by Special Commissioner of Art and Culture M. Joy as chief guest, Director of Art and Culture K. Dinamani as guest of honor, and Film Forum Manipur President L. Surjakanta as president of the function. Veteran and emerging artists were also in attendance. In his speech, M. Joy emphasized the role of cinema in shaping public consciousness and called for unified efforts to elevate Manipur's rich but struggling film industry. He urged stakeholders to push for infrastructural and policy-level support to help the industry thrive. Director K. Dinamani echoed this sentiment, acknowledging the steady growth of the film scene while pointing out the challenges that remain.
ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯂꯥꯏꯑꯣꯏꯈ꯭ꯔꯕ ꯃꯤꯑꯣꯏ ꯑꯃꯒꯤ ꯃꯃꯤꯡꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯁꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯀꯥꯌꯦꯞ ꯑꯃ ꯂꯤꯡꯈꯠꯇꯅ ꯇꯧꯔꯤꯁꯤ ꯀꯗꯥꯏ ꯐꯥꯎꯕ ꯈꯨꯃꯥꯡ ꯆꯥꯎꯁꯜꯂꯒꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯀꯗꯥꯏ ꯐꯥꯎꯕ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯍꯣꯠꯅꯔꯒ ꯀꯥꯌꯦꯞꯁꯤꯗ ꯀꯔꯝꯕ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯃꯔꯨꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯐꯤꯂꯝ ꯀꯌꯥ ꯗꯤꯖꯤꯇꯦꯜꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯐꯣꯝꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯁꯦꯝꯃꯒ ꯃꯁꯤꯗ ꯊꯝꯃꯛꯑꯒꯦ ꯀꯌꯥꯝ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯤꯖꯥꯔꯕ ꯇꯧꯔꯦ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯀꯌꯥꯝ ꯍꯤꯡꯍꯜꯂꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯀꯨꯞꯅ ꯌꯦꯡꯕ ꯆꯥꯎꯈꯠꯅꯕ ꯍꯣꯠꯅꯕ ꯇꯉꯥꯏ ꯐꯗꯦ ꯑꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤꯗꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯕ ꯐꯤꯂꯝꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯀꯜꯆꯔꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯃꯁꯤ ꯂꯤꯒꯦꯁꯤꯅꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯃꯇꯝ ꯑꯃꯗ ꯆꯠꯅꯔꯝꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯀꯜꯆꯔꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯃꯑꯣꯡ ꯃꯇꯧꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯂꯩꯍꯧꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯄꯨꯝꯅꯃꯛꯅ ꯍꯪꯒꯠꯅ ꯌꯦꯡꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯎꯕ ꯐꯪꯉꯣꯏꯗꯕ ꯄꯨꯝꯅꯃꯛꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯐꯤꯂꯝꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤ ꯐꯖꯅ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯤꯖꯥꯔꯕ ꯇꯧꯔꯒ ꯌꯦꯡꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯍꯧꯔꯒ ꯉꯁꯤ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯆꯦꯟꯖ ꯂꯥꯛꯑꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯤ ꯎꯒꯗꯧꯔꯤꯕꯅꯤ.
The 16th Manipur State Film Awards 2023 were officially declared today at the MSFDS Conference Hall, honoring the best of Manipuri cinema in both feature and non-feature categories. In the non-feature film category, Andro Dreams emerged as the biggest winner, bagging 4 awards: Best Non-Feature Film, Best Director, Best Editor, and Best Cinematography. Kwata from Kaba received the award for Best Film by a debutant director, while The Untiring Woman won a special jury mention. In the feature film category, Maraibak Ningba Herachandra stood out with 7 awards, including Best Feature Film, Best Male Actor, Best Supporting Male Actor, Best Audiography, and Best Makeup. Joseph's Son followed with 6 awards, including Best Lyrics, Best Director, and Best Cinematography. The film Thambal also made its mark with 5 awards, including Best Female Actor. Speaking on the occasion, Special Commissioner of Art and Culture M. Joy stated that this year's awards reflect the resilience and evolving standards of Manipuri cinema despite ongoing challenges. He added that the awards selection was based on films produced in 2023.
Feature film and non-feature film ga ani thongna leibasida feature film gi best feature film ji hana 1 lakh oirambani adu hujik 2 lakhs ore aduga best debut feature film da 30,000 leirambase 60,000 da aduga best direction dana 30,000 leirambasina 1 lakh aduga best cinematography da 15,000 leirambasina 50,000 best editing da 15,000 leirambasina sisu 50,000 the best director background da sina rupees 15,000 dagi rupees 25,000 best director Saida song da 15,000 dagi 25,000 the best actor da there is 15,000 to 30,000 non feature film da best non feature film se 60,000 le ramani adu adakna 1,50,000 were adaga best director da 15,000 le ramadi 60,000 best cinematography da 10,000 dagi 50,000 best editing da 10,000 dagi 40,000 best music direction da 10,000 dagi 25,000.
MSPDCL officials arrested 13 individuals for power theft and disconnected power line of 9 consumers during raids at various parts of the state today. Now with that, it's time for a small commercial break. After the break, we bring you news on the inaugural of Sajibu Textile Expo at Arambam Lampak Community Hall, Sagolban, Mainolarek today. Keep watching Impact News.
This World Health Day, prioritize your health with Seizure Hospitals. Join our free ENT camp from April 7 to 12 at Seizure Urban OPD Kisampat. Consult expert ENT specialists from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. Get 15% discount on investigations and 10% on procedures. For more information, call 9362-808-231.
Welcome back after the break. You're watching Primetime English Bulletin. Sajibu Textile Expo kicked off today at Arambam Lampak Community Hall, Sagolban, Mainolera. The handloom fair is jointly organized by MS Surjadeva Handloom and Handicrafts Cooperative Society and Pantoibi Weaving Collection Center. Speaking at the inaugural event, Deputy Director of Handlooms and Textiles, Thokchom Basanta, highlighted that out of around 2.5 lakh women weavers in Manipur, only about 2,000 have insurance. He urged weavers to avail free insurance under central schemes like Pradhan Mantri Jivan Jyoti Bhima Yojana and Suraksha Bhima Yojana. Pantoibi Weaving Collection Center's proprietor Ngasepam Anita said the expo aims to support women weavers affected by the ongoing unrest by providing them a platform to sell their products. Officials, staff and women weavers attended the event.
Director Office ta amuk review tor matung da last state level han leba maduda mu review tong leba maduda yaraga di merit certificate se magi di lupa lising yankai phangani aduga state award na lupa lakh ama phangane ba aduga magi sol su pi gani aduga khoi gi copper gi medal su lai pi re ko masi gi state award merit award si masi kui da na khoi khabar da hapsa rakani maduda khoi district sing da sample ko loina na masi gi award si gi thabiu
mamang da mu covid na mu hatuk igare lal mu lai rabani na tuki mati wagare adui ta di akhoi kamaina tawsige en hai taragadi handak ti serau bu si yaran tawdore mela se pangthoagadi mayam su kaino tawraga sida yol horase haiba matam sida nungai dana aigi mayam aigi sinau singjina adudi pangthokmina se na moina thawai hakchang yauna si yobugi thaksing amakpani.
Students Union of Thambal Mari College Oinam organized an open district level debating competition today on the topic Presence Rule Can Only Bring Peace and Normalcy in Manipur. Assistant Professor of Physical Education Dr. L. Baleshwar said the event aimed to help students explore solutions to the ongoing crisis in the state. In the debating competition, M. Amarjit from Royal Academy of Law Oinam in opposition bench backed a first position. Zunifer Morangthem from Moirang College in supporters bench came in second position, and the third position was shared by O. Everson and S. Robert Boy of Thambal Mari College, both in the supporters bench. Citations and awards were presented to the winners. Ethno Heritage Council, Herikun President Y. Surjit Kumar Kuman informed that preliminary round and final round of annual Kangwinashi Iramdam quiz competition will be held on May 4th and May 16th respectively. The quiz competition for students of class 9 to 12 is held every year in connection with Foundation Day celebration of Herikon. Speaking in this regard at Herikon office in Palace Compound today, Surjit Kumar revealed that the quiz first preliminary run will take place at GP Women's College and centers in Zirbam on May 4th. The 5 teams who scored the highest marks will compete in the final round at Jain Manipur Dance Academy, Imphal on May 16, which is also the Foundation Day of Herikun. He said that a quiz competition will be conducted on literature and general knowledge subjects.
Herikona, I could packet can a Kanjariba, I could a Togin Kanjaribasi, Laiba Kunagi, the Makanjarga Togi Kanjaribasi, Masi, Pantona Nabahonabada, Manipu, Miami, Tonga, section Kudimu, civil society organization, Gimagaikisu, Foundation Days, he had one Toma in Nabahonabada, I quite Totang, Lominas, Homse, Tamjari, Aduloina, Zirida, I quite I quite Herikon, Union Sumasi, Masi, my partner Pantona, the Hosicam, Sauna, Mochem Saragalere, Masimona Hanadi, Masi, Ziri, Yonako Masi Posi, I quite Pantogam there, Hositi Ziri, Miamasu. Masi ekoi community iramdam quiz competition na ning thonba sata sing de inodama piba iramdam nungsibagi iramdai khunai kaningbai okhal piba sugumba yamna fazaba kanu si ekoi quiz e ekoi jiri da su pangthok tabi yadre habigi oiba miyang gi oiba apam lebe degi ekoi unit su masi ekoi Herikon foundation de se sem pangthok kani.
Loyalam Public Library Wangjing celebrated its 4th Foundation Day with a commemorative event held at Biopedia Biology Lecture Hall, Kashampa, Laisomlekai today. Scientist Amiti Thaubal President Akoijam Debendra, retired DI of School Zone 3, Thaubal Yengkhom Indira, and Chartered Accountant Chongtham Sanjoy graced the event. During the event, Samurai Latpan Prahlad Sharma was honored as Yengkhom Indira Loyalam Public Literary Award of the Year. 2 more awards, namely Waikom Samuyaima Ningsing Loyalam Public Library Korirol Mana and Salam Laiba Ningsing Loyalam Public Library Korirol Mana were presented to Dr. Salam Santibala and Niranjan USHAM respectively. The honorees received citations, shawls and cash prizes. A highlight of the program was a poetry reading session led by Sahitya Academy awardee Biren Rajid, where over 40 participants recited poems. A sanitization and training program on scientific pig rearing under National Livestock Mission was held today at Hilgert Community Hall in Zirbam. Organized by Department of Veterinary and Animal Husbandry, Government of Manipur, the event aimed to raise awareness among livestock farmers about departmental schemes and modern pig rearing methods. Veterinary Director R.K. Kogendrajit highlighted the benefits for farmers in Zirbam. Experts also spoke on African swine fever prevention and the importance of timely vaccination of pets to control rabies.
Department of Veterinary and Animal Husbandry Services na paikat liwe scheme sing kanabasi grassroots level da aduga farmers singa yohannaba aduga African swine fever nabunaragadi siganba okay leina sigi matang dasu mai ka dina thokadage what is the biosecurity along with the other scheme Department na paikat to mayam singsi koi jiribami leidiba farmers sinnaw singsi da yonobi damka koina timama semaga lachebani rabies hairiba leina si koi gi zoonotic disease ni nabunaragadi 10% siganba ado 10% sigallagasu akoina machana vaccination to horagadi 10% naptokna leina.
Chandel District Administration and ICDS cell launched the 7th Poshan Pakawada 2025 at the DC office conference hall today. DC L. Nandakumar called for joint efforts from departments such as health, education, police and Anganwadi workers to make the campaign successful. The campaign, observed from April 8 till 22nd, focuses on promoting nutrition awareness. ICDS Chandel CDPO Ahantem Nimi outlined the theme of Poshan Pakawada and upcoming activities. A mass-free anti-rabies vaccination program was held today at USA Club Ground, Lilando, Lampak, organized by USA Club and initiated by social worker Khangembam Pakpi. The drive saw participation from residents of surrounding areas, including Sirom Leirak, Selungba Lekai, Ningomthong, Khongnang Paidekpi, and Lamdaibung. Pet owners brought their dogs and cats for vaccination as part of the awareness effort. Thawbal DC Antem Subas informed that district administration will launch a drive against single-use plastic starting April 15. A consultative workshop was held today at DC Conference Hall, Thawbal, in connection with the drive. Speaking to media, DC Subas informed that 20 member teams of district officials have been formed to carry out the enforcement drive. He also informed that instructions will be given to heads of government offices and schools to submit detailed report declaring that their institutions are completely plastic-free zones. He also urged retailers and wholesalers to adhere to the new rules, warning that those who are found violating the ban will be subject to strict action and will be penalized. He also appealed to public of the district to extend support and cooperate with the district authorities. Officials of Manipur Pollution Control Board and DLOs attended the workshop.
Ha khudingi ekoi enforcement drive sathaba hujaragani lagleba April gi tang 35 dagi horaga ekoi Thawbal district gi oina su ekoi single use plastic se pungthing thimba ngamnaba gi damakta ekoi mi kun saba ekoi inspecting team saba loizare aduga masigi bu monitor tawnaba gi damakta ekoi district task force ko ekoi constitute tawraga leizare district sida laibiriba ekoi wholesaler retailer joba se ekoi single use plastic ekoi karbar tawiriba se now sin daina appeal taw janing base government thing kraba single use plastic sidi ekoi yonbiraganu ekoi akan ba action ekoi policies da action yaudariba ekoi fine hoba ekoi collect hoba hujaragani.
District Administration Zirbam has launched a special registration camps from April 7 to 17 for platform workers to enroll on the USHAM portal. Registration is available at CSC centers and the DC office. India has deployed the advanced Russian-built S-400 Tram air defense system in the strategically vital Siliguri corridor. It's a narrow land linked to the northeast as a deterrent against rising Chinese and Bangladeshi aerial activity near the region. Amid growing concerns of a two-front threat, India has also stationed Rafale fighter jets at Hashimara Air Base, a BrahMos missile regiment and layered air defense systems including Akash and Shorat units to ensure round-the-clock protection. The move comes as Bangladesh's interim government under Mohammad Yunus strengthens ties with China and Pakistan, raising alarms in New Delhi. Reports of a proposed Chinese-supported air base in Lal Monir Hut near the Siliguri corridor and Bangladesh's drone surveillance activity have heightened India's security concerns. India is also wary of Bangladesh's plans to acquire 32 JF-17 jets from China and Pakistan. The recent ISI visits to Dhaka have further strained India-Bangladesh ties. The Ministry of External Affairs assured that India is closely monitoring regional developments and will act decisively to safeguard national security. Governor Ajay Kumar Bhalla extends warm wishes to the people of Manipur, especially the Jain community, on Mahavir Jayanti. He praises Lord Mahavir's teachings of peace, compassion and non-violence, urging all to uphold his values for a harmonious society. Now the sports news. FC Imphal Kwaketil Mayakobi bags winners title of the first ever Loitangbam Sharat Singh Memorial Women's Futsal Inter-Club Championship 2025-26, organized by All Manipur Football Association. FC Imphal Kwaketil Mayakobi defeated Young Welfare Club 5-4 today in the finals at KIYC Artificial Turf in Ketri Awang Lekai. YWC Thambalkhong finished as runners-up. With this win, FC Imphal Kwaketil Mayakobi will represent Manipur in the upcoming National Women's Futsal Championship. Ketrigao MLA Sheikh Narul Hassan, Donor El Janaranjan and AMFA acting president DB Kaur attended the closing ceremony among others. Speaking on the occasion, MLA Narul Hassan lauded Manipur's reputation as a sports powerhouse and encouraged young players to strive for national and international recognition despite the hardships faced due to the ongoing unrest since May 3, 2023. He praised AMFA for organizing the first Women's Inter-Club Futsal Championship, calling it a proud moment and a step toward nurturing talent in the state.
Futsal live masana se so foreign country the kahen emphasis piva technically masage fitness huziki matam gi chuna chana ba maram de football se matam amada ikoi sanaram ba masana ga huzik oi isiga yam chauna khena ba lakwa technologically advancement dagi horaga na magi physical fitness na chingba sing futsal se physical fitness hena leina na magi pandam da sinba amadi sana badum laba masana makhagne asige champion oiriba FC Imphal Manipur represent uraga futsal gi India gi tournament the saru yaruga do badum laba team amakhakne Manipur Risers se sports ki power house ne masida tungan ba masana sporting discipline sing da ikoi emphasis piraga importance piraga internationally acclaimed sanaroi kayam se puthokre.
Manipur bags 2 gold and 1 silver medal at the Arena Thailand Age Group Swimming Championship 2025 held from April 5. Laitonjam Pung Hen and Laitonjam Lanchenba each secured a gold medal in the 100-meter butterfly event. Lanchenba also won a silver medal in the 100-meter breaststroke, showcasing a strong performance by Manipur's young swimmers on the international stage. Now, before we end, let's take a look at the headlines once again. After Delhi talks, Kuki leaders reiterate their demand for a separate administration, declaring an end to any form of association with the Meitei community. Residents of Sagolban Mainolerak staged protest made following a firing incident targeting a children's home in the locality. Social activist Sakir Ahmed from Wabagai constituency says he will file a petition in the Supreme Court challenging the Waqf Amendment Act 2025. Union Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia says newly passed Waqf Amendment Act will prevent misuse of Waqf properties and ensure they are used for development and public welfare. Villagers of Sunusifa and Bishnupur districts strive for economic growth, but the nearly 2-year-long crisis in Manipur continues to burden them. Villagers urge government for help. '18th Mummy Numid marking the birth of Manipuri cinema and 4th Foundation Day of SN Chan Cine Archive and Museum celebrated today. 16th Manipur State Film Awards 2023 officially declared. And India deploys advanced Russian-built S-400 Triumph air defense system in Siliguri corridor amid rising Chinese and Bangladeshi aerial activity near the region. That's all we have in this bulletin. Thank you for being with us. Coming up next is Primetime Manipuri Bulletin. Have a great evening and stay safe.
Government of Manipur, Directorate of Art and Culture, Palace Compound.